Okay, ProTools 101. Here we go. So I go down to open up ProTools, and it should open with the dialog window. And then, hey, I'm going to create a blank session. I'm going to go OK. And it's going to ask me where I want to save that session. In this case, I'm going to save it to Documents, Year 12 Music Studies. I'm going to make a new folder called Mr. Hardy. I'm going to call the project Mr. Hardy. Okay, I get that blank edit window, and then I have plugged a microphone into the room, and I've plugged it into number 17, which if I look at on my thing, is number 1 on the Digi003 desk, which is the one with all the funky like buttons and stuff. So I go to mix and I click that on the desk. If you don't know how to do that on the desk and can't find it, go up to window and there's mix and edit. Or the other really funky way to do it is to do the command equals button on your keyboard, and that will go between the two. Ooh. So I go to create a new track. So I go track new, or I go shift command N, which I'll do now. Okay, cool. I want to create one new mono audio track. If you like, and you've got 2 microphones set up that you want to record at the same time, you can select stereo. But in which case, we'll just stick with something simple and go mono. Audio track is what we want to select, and we want to create it. And then it'll open our new track up. So we name our track microphone, enter. Okay, and we have plugged it into number 17, which on our desk, according to that little thing, is analog 1. And I select it from here, where it says I/O. I push the record arm button, and I should test the microphone, and I should get some sound from my microphone. As you can see, hello, hello. So I turn the gain up on the microphone so that it gets into the 0, into the yellow range up here. Test, test, test. Yay! It's funny because it's not actually my voice, it's somebody else's. And then I should get some signal. So then I go to back to the edit window, and I can see my microphone and my signal. And then when I'm ready to record, I select record, and then I push play. So I'll just do that right now. Yay, we are recording. As you can see, there is sound coming through the microphone. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see the sound right there. Some great singing, Miss Donovan. Woo! Cool. Alright, I stopped my recording, and you'll notice I've recorded something. So I can edit that recording now using the multi-tool up here. I can select bits, like I want to get rid of this space here, so select that. I can either select it either on grid mode, sort of like when you're working with tables in Microsoft Word, or in slip mode, when I can just sort of move it around wherever I want it. I'm going to select grid mode, and then select from this point here to here, and I just want to push the delete button, and it'll delete the space. I can also cut and paste, so if I select this section here, and then I go Command C, and I push it here, and I go Command V, it will paste what Miss Donovan has done. So I can create a mashup of, and delete that section, paste some more, and then paste some more, and then I get, and you notice it's almost perfectly in time. Oh, aren't we genius? The next thing I'm going to do is use an instrument, which is MIDI. So I'm going to go Command-Shift-N again. I'm going to create an instrument track this time, instead of an audio track. And I'm going to create the track. I'm going to create the track. And then I'm going to record arm the track. And then if my keyboard's plugged in, I insert a plugin called, well, you can use whatever you want. For this, I'm going to use Boom, which is like a techno keyboard, in the inserts up here. And if I push play, it sounds like a bit of a techno thing. And then I'm going to go back to my edit window, push on edit, and select this stuff here and move it to the start. And when I'm ready to record, I go to the keyboard. I'm going to use the D button, which gets my thing going on. So I'm going to record it. I'll turn off record arm on the microphone. Go back to the beginning. Record play. Woo! Woo! back to the beginning again, I should get... Cool. And there's my drum beat. So then I'm ready to edit whatever I want from there. So we've used audio and we've used MIDI. Make sure with the MIDI keyboard that you have the USB plugged into the keyboard, the grey one that's sitting on the desk, and that you have it record armed. Also, make sure that with MIDI, you put an insert onto the channel as well. You've got a few to choose from. They're in the instrument family down the bottom. Cool. Okay. Have fun.